What if history wasn't as silent as we thought? We've all heard the story of Jesus on the cross. Nails, thorns, the crowd shouting, the final breath. But what if that moment held something so sacred, so mysterious, it was never included in most Bibles? A tale preserved by only one of Christianity's oldest communities, Ethiopian Orthodox Church. And it begins not with a miracle, but with a wound. When a Roman soldier pierced Jesus' side, blood and water flowed. It seemed like a tragic end, but some believe that was the beginning of something much greater. According to ancient Ethiopian tradition, this very moment sparked a divine intervention involving two of heaven's most powerful beings, Archangels Michael and Uriel. But what were they doing at the foot of the cross? And what mission were they sent to fulfill? You've heard of Michael, you've heard of Gabriel. But Uriel? In most Western Bibles, his name is nowhere to be found. Yet in Ethiopian Christianity, Uriel stands tall, an archangel of fire and divine illumination. He isn't just a bystander in their faith, he plays a starring role in the most sacred moment of human history. Why was his story erased from the canon? Many ancient texts, like the Book of Enoch and 2 Esdras, detail Uriel's role as a messenger of divine mysteries. But when early church fathers finalized the Bible, these books were excluded, perhaps too mystical, too bold. Yet in Ethiopia, they survived. And so did the story of what happened next. As Jesus' body hung lifeless, Ethiopian tradition says Uriel appeared, not empty-handed, but holding a chalice radiant with celestial energy. The moment Jesus' blood poured from the spear wound, Uriel dipped his wing into the stream, gathering it into the cup of light. This wasn't symbolic. The angel was collecting the very essence of salvation, not for preservation, but for purpose. Moments later, Michael joined him. Together, these two mighty beings rose from Golgotha, soaring across the skies with a sacred mission, one that would forever alter a nation's destiny. Can you imagine it? Two blazing beings, crossing mountains and valleys, trailing streams of red light across the sky. That's how the Ethiopian Orthodox Church describes it. Michael and Uriel flew across the ancient world, each drop of Christ's blood falling upon Ethiopian soil like heavenly ink on parchment. The mission? To sanctify the land, to bless it with divine presence, to claim it as holy ground. Long before missionaries arrived, Ethiopia was already marked, chosen, by heaven itself. This is why Ethiopia became one of the first nations to embrace Christianity as a state religion. Not through conquest, but through a covenant sealed by blood and wings. Skeptical? Then step inside an Ethiopian church. You'll see it. On walls, on ceilings, on ancient rock-hewn temples. Uriel, holding a chalice filled with red. These aren't just paintings. They're visual theology. They've carried the story for centuries, when words could not. Even today, Ethiopian Orthodox Christians venerate Uriel in songs, rituals, and sacred art. The cup he holds is not just wine, it's a living memory of Calvary, a link between Jesus' death and their very soil. One story from the 1980s tells of a priest who, during a time of war, risked his life to carry a holy chalice from a bombed church to safety. Why? Because to the people, it wasn't just a relic. It was a national treasure of divine origin. So why does this matter now? Because Ethiopia's story shows us that faith doesn't always follow the expected path. It grows in silence, survives in isolation, and thrives when rooted in the sacred. The tale of Uriel and Michael may not be in most Bibles, but it lives in the hearts of millions. It reminds us that sometimes, the most powerful stories are the ones told quietly, through art, ritual, and the soil beneath our feet. Perhaps the real lesson is this. The blood of Christ didn't just redeem souls, it touched land, it sanctified people, and maybe it still does. Now ask yourself, what if the ground you walk on holds more than just dust? What if it holds memory, mystery, and meaning? If this story moved you, make sure to subscribe for more hidden truths, lost legends, and spiritual revelations from ancient traditions around the world. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with someone who needs to hear the forgotten side of history. Let's rediscover faith together.